Hey Virgo, how are you doing? Welcome to, I was all in summer solstice energy. It's just been the summer solstice today, so I'm still carrying that energy, but we're heading straight for that strawberry supermoon on the 24th. So let's find out what's going to be happening to you connected to that between the summer solstice and energy and the supermoon energy. And I've brought out for the first time in my readings, I've had it for a year or so, the Lenormand deck. The original drawings by the creator herself, because, and I'm taking my time with the deck because I wanted to really sort of absorb it for a while. And I know that it reads in context differently, and we're not going to do a whole Lenormand spread, right? But I've got the mindset of it, yes, fairly ingrained in me at this point. And so we'll start with that. Instead of an oracle, I want to contrast and combine the messages from this deck with the Morgan Greer's. So let's put those over to the side and let's see where you're at, Virgo. Now, Virgo, quite the situation for you if we're going to, okay. Woo! As quickly as a scythe, it comes out. Now, I'm going to leave it sort of on this 45-degree angle. So, something is completed, and it is what it is, and it's harvest time. And we do have a 10 there. We have a completion and a beginning, the 10 and the 1. And we have a Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving. Well, that would be you in my estimation. Now, other people put it as, I don't know how many times you've watched me and how many times you've listened to me go on this little rant, but I put you as, because you're 6th house, I put you as fixed earth, not mutable. Because I realigned half of you guys, I realigned earth and air with the progression of the houses, because I do so much work with houses, the astrological houses. And so for me, even in other ways, Ptolemy's classification according to the cardinal points and the solstices, and yeah, it just doesn't work enough between north and south astrology, north and south hemispheres, right? And so to me there are more reasons to put all the cardinals together, all the fixed together, and all the mutables together, because of what you need to carry into these houses. And for me, 6th house is very much fixed energy, because and the Hermit is very much fixed energy, because you have to stay and be strong within yourself and solve things. You have to, troubleshoot, and you have to reinvent systems and methods and habits and routines, and you have to analyze. You're going to take the knowledge from 3rd house and analyze it. You're going to do the Mercury mystic thing, yes, in order for application to be successful for you in 10th house. So for me, very much, this is your own energy. Now you're finished something. You are finished something and beginning something else. And the last reading for you was really quite, I would say possibly the funnest reading I've ever had. Extremely sexual. Now, whether or not that is, I would say creatively, it could have everything to do with creative communion. And less, relationships, but, it could be both working together. Now, does that have anything to do with what we're talking about today? Let's find out. Something is facing, wow. Okay, so absolutely something is stopping and starting. Something is done and something else is starting. This strength leading back to it, the 8 leading back to a 7. So we have a transformation. I mean, obviously the Coffin card is very similar to the Death card. So, but we do have a 9 of Pentacles, an entrepreneur in reverse leading back to the 8 of Pentacles. So something devil's in the details, but basically we do have the 8 here with the 9. And so proving yourself to yourself in order to be able to prove yourself to everyone else. So the problem then what's the problem? I might not get it from Lenormand right now. We might need, or I might. Oh! There's a problem person. There is a problem person around you. Coming and going, coming and going, coming and going, because it's sideways. And we have a 14, which gives us a 5 of necessary change. And we have Wands energy. We have clubs, Wands energy. 9. Right. Now, 9 of clubs is one of my main protective guides. I won't say who she is, because then you'll be distracted by deciding whether or not I'm right about that. But she really pulled off some massively fantastic stunts for me. And she's a Virgo. She's a Virgo season. She's born September 15th. But she has a Leo sun. Because again, we have to combine tropical seasons with sidereal placements. Because if you get Sky Safari or Stellarium for your phone, or you go to Stellarium on your desktop, you'll see that the sun is just in Gemini now, not Cancer. Because precession of the equinoxes is still a real thing. But tropical seasons still matter. Not weather-wise, because that won't apply to Southern Hemisphere. But in terms of, shall we say, metaphorical seasons or energetic seasons, yes. Now the 9 of Wands, so there's what I want, why I'm saying that about that I have a 9 of Clubs, a very pivotal card for me. It actually started me getting into cards because one appeared for me right in the middle of nowhere and bore witness to what I was trying to prove in a toxic relationship situation when there was nobody to back me up against this I was being gaslighted, and when there was nobody, then she showed up as this card, and I found out that it was her because she is a 9 of Clubs in the cardsoflife.com, if you look up thecardsoflife.com. And there are other things that I have to substantiate that, right? You look for dots to make a line, and you have to look at your whole life with fresh eyes, right? But anyway, so because she's coming through right now, there's a problem person, but there's also somebody watching out for you. So it's like a double-edged sword. There is that the right way to put it? Why not? So the good news is that there's somebody harassing you. And the good news is there's also somebody watching that somebody who's able to outsmart that somebody. If you stick close to this person, if you know who this guide is, and you keep close to them right now, they'll send you all the information you need. And why you need to stay close is you kind of need to stay on that wavelength. You need to be mindful. You need to be keeping an eye and an ear out for what they can send you. If they say, go look this up on Google right now, or if they say, go be here right now, and then you know, even if it's just virtually, then you go where they give you the nudge to go. If it's time to go for a walk, you go for a walk, that kind of thing, right? And so they will actually play you know, dedicated guardian right now around this person for you. And when they say they're gonna, and also what happens for me with somebody, with her, she bloody well sets this person up and pulls their little puppet strings, and then creates a tower, and you just know it's time to go. I'll say she's another human. She's not a deity. She's this person's a human who specialized in knowing people's, in really having people pegged. Yeah. And so it's possible that she herself is, you know, connecting with you. But if it's somebody else, that's why I'm not saying, because it could be somebody else. that you're already thinking of. But yes, they will pull this person's puppet strings, and when you get the signal, go. Because if you're having a hard time deciding for yourself, if you've been waiting, if you're waiting, it's possible there's a contract involved and you're waiting for a green light, and they will provide this green light, this exit. Let's see if I'm on the right track. Okay, blow it right away. And that's what's happening around this strawberry supermoon. Okay, this is time specific. Getting more and more into that these days. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing or if it's just because right now timing is so pivotal. For some, I'm just going to keep letting it blow around. I'm going to stop adjusting that. Okay, mostly I'm just breathing some energy into the cards. Okay, let's see here. I mean, we've come a long way just with those three. Dramatic. How do we take these as they come? Okay, we're gonna work our way through them. Interesting. There's a novel. Okay, you're writing a novel, aren't you? Or something massive. Back to the Two of Pentacles. Right, well, we know that we have this Nine of Pentacles reversed with this Eight of Pentacles. So there's a decision needs to be made in terms of a collaboration, a work environment, a manifestation. Let's just take these sideways together. Wow. Okay. Let's move these over to here. Nice, nice. Let's do some layering. This is like what I was getting with Capricorn so much. So I'm finding it's interesting how the Earth collective, the water collective, like right now, water for however long, they're, whether or not they know it, they're working together as a team. Yes, I was getting, just a few months ago, I was getting all exactly like this. Now, Pisces also just got this. And you and Pisces and Aquarius are seeming to be in a similar, sorry. So there's some kind of student or messenger energy carrying the truth. And this person is just so similar, right? So there's this choice. Now for me, this is Taurus and this is Gemini. Others would put it as Libra, but I put it as Gemini because it belongs. I put it in order of, again, you know, cardinal with third house. And then cardinal with second house. So we have two second house cards here. Now further to this 9, we have a queen, which I would put as the 9. Okay, so we have somebody completely out. It's going to be you. Going back to the Four of Swords of healing. A 5 of necessary change and regrouping. We need to regroup, and then we need to reattack the situation with fresh energy, fresh solutions, so that we get past it. Because you can't skip over a 5. If we go back to the 4, it's leading back to the 4. Rest and recover, recoup, figure out, right? See where you were losing emotionally, right? Whatever it was, and then you're going to protect yourself, and you're going to go back in so that you can get past it to the 6 of the safe passage, yes? But you can't skip from a 4 to a 6. You have to go back through the 5. But you just don't want to suffer the loss. You want to make out from it the best you can, yeah? And here we have another 5. and the Scorpio energy. So for me, this is Libra energy. So you're going to create justice for yourself. Now, what's with all of this energy sideways? Now, do we have... No, we have no major arcana on the table. I mean, we could take this... We could take this as something of major arcana, but I would want it confirmed. I want it affirmed by, you know, this deck, right? So right now we have just fluctuating energy. So you're being left to figure things out, right? There's just, it's gap time. Probably everybody's standing back to watch and wait to see if you know, Devil's going to be watching to see if you screw up. Because it's so, you know, it's so interesting that he's obviously, or she's obviously, like, not even charting anything right now. Like, what's coming up then? This is often a lunar eclipse card, this Five of Cups. I'm not sure why, but I got that from Susan Shepard's, again, Black Moon Astrology deck. But if we have a cash flow problem, or if we have somebody juggling, you know, like what's with a page and then the 2. And this would carry Page of Pentacles energy. Pointing in the same direction. But a page isn't equal to a queen. And now I have, and in the opposite direction, there is a loss. Now, it could be 2 separate people. And these people could be these 2 cups. We have 1 cup here. And maybe the other cup. But... and we do have communication suspended. And progress suspended. So, there's a truth. There is a change that's being boy, it's interesting. Because of this person, time's up. Something's finished, and there's a person, a problem person. Yeah. And who's the problem person versus this person or these people? Same person? Why am I going back for more? Like, this wasn't enough. Oh! Well then, she speaks. She speaks as of the supermoon. Now this is for me like a god card. This is Kali. This is grandmother spider. So interesting, and it's a 2. It's a 2. I just Virgo. But you know, why would it be anything less? What's the heart of this? What's the heart of this? Look at all. Okay, so like this is all just indecision. But you know, deep down you know. And you just need to be talking to her. Yeah? There's only so much that you probably don't need an intermediate. You do need to get back in. Okay, so you need to go into that Four of Swords. Got Cancerian energy. I also put her as, I'll often use this card as a Black Moon Lilith placement card. So your magnetisms and your polarities. That point opposite the moon. If it's helpful at all to look at what happens in your life that are in the years that are multiples of 4 and multiples of 13, especially with Lilith. Got stability here, but especially with Lilith, multiples of age 13, if that will give you any answers. Okay, so we have stability, we have roots, yeah, because Cancer house with roots. So we're looking at family tree of life, the bigger picture. Not that I'm a huge tree of life person, but let's just say where you are in the chain, where you are in the what is the big story? What is the big story? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you here? Seven of Cups, transformation. Seven of Hearts. Transformation. There we go. There we go. Yeah. There's just something about and this problem person. But you do have protection, so you need to be communicating. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, okay, right. With all of this indecision on the table, usually what causes this level of indecision is gaslighting, right? Because otherwise there's clear communication. People know what they want, and they say it. So if somebody has you in your head wondering and questioning yourself, that's usually... And we've already been down in some pretty deep places, only just a few readings ago, Virgo, and stepping into tremendous power and releasing your, like stepping into sharing your inner world with and publishing it in whichever ways, right? Like maybe not strictly publishing, but in some way publishing. So if there's a problem person and then there's fear of what they'll do, now it could be an ancestor that's a problem, but it could be somebody in the physical. So during the supermoon, I think it's about guidance. That's what I think about. I think it's about doing exactly what I got into that paragraph about in terms of signs, signals, listen and follow. And when you get the green light, go. I think that's what I've got to say about this, Virgo. We'll find out in 2 weeks, but I don't think I'm going to get more clarity than that, because I do feel like there is rest, but there's extreme knowing yourself required. Again, somebody's been interfering with it. So this person's been interfering. And it's the wrong manifestation. Because it will not lead to stability. It'll lead to imprisonment. That sandbox, if you get into that Four of Pentacles, then it's going to just, you're going to have to get out of it. This is what I think. Okay, Virgo, I will be back in 2 weeks and see if there's something more to know about that in 2 weeks. But again, okay, whatever, it cut me off. So rest in her. Yep, and if nothing else. Okay, much love, Virgo.